Well, the Labor and Immigration Minister Keith Bell defending the government's decision to increase minimum wage from $210 to $260 in the lower chamber this morning. Bell adds that in the first 6 months of this year alone, the Department of Statistics reported an inflation rate of 6.6%, the highest rate, he says, we've seen in recent times. Bell says that the government concluded that it must move to protect workers against substandard pay and help ensure just and equitable shares of the fruits of their labor.
For 2022, the labor force for the Commonwealth of the Bahamas stands at 214,600 persons. Although data is not current, I am advised that as much as 60,000 workers may be impacted by this increase, almost 25% of our workforce. They will be the recipients of the proposed increase. This is certainly good news in this new day.
Bell adds that the transition to a livable wage over time, as promised in the Progressive Liberal Party's Blueprint for Change, can only be sustained and implemented if there are corresponding increases in efficiency and productivity. That says he insists that employees should aim to perform their duties at a high standard. Now, the announcement of the wage increase by the Prime Minister last week was met with some criticism, with some believing that $260 is still insufficient. To that, Minister Bell says this.
Mr. Deputy Speaker, in the past week, various arguments have been made from various sectors about the sum of $260. I wish to make it clear to persons who I employ, who work incredibly hard and cannot survive off the current wage of $210 per week. The government is not saying that you should only earn $260 or that the sum is adequate. No. Indeed, the government recognizes that the minimum wage must, in time, be transitioned into a wage that is appropriate for today's costs of living. Mr. Deputy Speaker, I do not believe that this statement can or is in fact controversial.